Good morning. It's probably about 10 o'clock. I've been working in the garden, but I'm headed down into my little forest to find shrubby plants that I can plant in the chicken yard to kind of give them a place to hide from predators. I saw a video a few weeks ago of this gentleman who has been working on his permaculture farm for like 8 years, and he was just digging in a bush and found a chicken and about 5 eggs. But I understand that we'll lay some eggs in their little hidey holes, but I want them to have a safe little place so that the hawks don't get them. I'm trying to minimize chicken death as much as possible because there's so many factors, so many things that can get you chickens. So I'm just looking through the woods today to eliminate some. These look like a plant that I'm familiar with in Oklahoma. I'm not sure of the name of them, but they turn into great big bushes, but I can prune them. It's a lot of work though. I was hoping for a smaller bush. This looks promising. I'm not sure what it is, but it seems to have soft branches and it's got good thick foliage. As I was walking, I thought this was a strange stick, but I don't think it's a stick. I'm in the forest and I can't find a stick. Ha! How cute! It's very dense in here. I found like what appears to be like a dry creek bed that I've been kind of following, so I can just duck down under some of these plants and drag my shovel. But it's thick. Lots of little babies. I'm finding these big metal things in here. I don't know what that is. I wonder how old this is. McCormick, Chicago, USA. Interesting device. I don't know, there's these levers, but I don't know what they do. Obviously this is a piece of something larger because I think this is where a seat would go, because there's foot pads here on either side. So, I don't know. How strange. This must have been someone's trash can. There's just bottles and wheels and wire. Tin. Oh my gosh. Or someone's been down in here partying. All this stuff looks pretty old. Golly. Who knew I was going to have to clean up my forest? It was helping me find shrubs. My dog literally was trying to climb down in there to see what's in there. There is no telling. Well, that's pretty. Too bad this tree died. Found somewhat of a clearing This would be a nice little fun place for goats to munch. They would wipe this out in probably a few hours. Lots to eat in here. Is this what I think it is? I don't know if that's a wild marijuana plant or what that is. I thought that on marijuana plants there were 5 separated leaves, but these seem like attached. Doesn't smell like marijuana. I don't know. A long time ago, I attempted to bonsai one of these weeds. I think I'm going to dig this one up. I just kind of planted them randomly around. They just kind of blend in. So hopefully that'll shrub up and give them a place to hide. So this is kind of cool. I've never watched anyone cut a wheat field before. So I'm sitting under the carport on my car watching them. There's this other guy with a different machine following up behind him making bales of straw. I don't know what these machines are called. I guess that one's called a combine, but I don't know what the other one is that's making the straw. Oh, here comes another one. I wonder what this means for the train that goes behind the wheat. I wonder if we'll be able to see it longer or better. What is that tractor doing? I see another combine. They're really getting her done quick. Still don't know what he's doing. There's this other guy dragging this red thing that was making the hay bales. Surprisingly quiet from where I am at for such a huge machine. I'm waiting for that other guy to come around with his little baler. So I made this using the leftover flooring from my rabbit hutch and one of these. It's like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and I just cut it in half 4 times. Or twice, I mean. Just split it right through the middle both ways, so I've got like the rounded corners here on the outside, and then I just kind of cut these into little squares and then cut the corners off and fold it up the sides so I'd have a way to staple it all together. And then months ago I bought this mosquito netting, and I'm going to staple that on there except for one side, so I'll have a solar food dryer. I can make dried fruit. Couldn't really decide how I was going to do the front opening, so I just clipped it up at the top, so I can just unclip it and it just comes away, and I can put my stuff in, and then I can put it back up and clip it again. I kind of wrap it around to make sure bugs can't get in. The only fruit I have in my house right now are nectarines, so I'm going to test it out with a nectarine. Already got a bug on it. Can't get in. Well, my nectarines are starting to get mushy. I've had them for a few days, so I had trouble getting the seed out of it so I could slice it neatly, and I didn't peel it. A bunch of other mistakes. But we'll see. This is just an experiment to see if it's bug-proof and stuff. See how well it dries. We'll get back to it. The funnest part about what I'm doing right now is I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. I've watched countless videos, I've read countless books, I've read articles, I can't even give you any numbers. And so I'm trying everyone else's idea. And from those ideas in this first year, I'm going to learn a tremendous amount. And so I've been posting a video every day showing all the little things that I've been doing because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just looking at these videos and all these people are swearing by this tactic or swearing by that tactic, and even after a year of study I'm learning about new tactics such as the Mitt Leader's garden, or Mitt Lighter, I don't know, garden experiment or whatever. You know, and everyone's swearing by that now, you know, and it was, before that it was the, or maybe after that, I don't know, it was the raised beds that all homesteaders are doing now because of the trend that I started out with. And, you know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to build my greenhouse this year. I have so much to do. So I went ahead and planted my tomatoes in that row that it took me all day to dig. You know, homesteading is hard, especially the first year, like getting set up. Like a lot of people said, man, you've gotten a lot done in such a short time. Yeah, it's been like sun up to sun down every single day, and the sun is about to set now, and you know, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. I have 2 little chicken coops, I've replaced 1 barn wall, put a gate in, put some gardens in, but what else have I done, you know? I build little things here and there, but a lot of it is just really just time consuming. And I still have so much more to do, like that. What is that? You know, like who decided to run these against electric code wires to the carport and the shed, you know, with these, they don't work, but they're there. Whenever I was putting up that weird TV box that Ricky ordered, I was cutting a wire and it sparked. So it was a live wire. So I had him turn off the breaker before I finished cutting that, but it wasn't running to anything. Like, who? I moved from suburbia, where everything was perfectly up to code, all the walls, there were no cracks, no uneven floors, and I moved out here to this 10 acres, to this house that had obvious termite damage. They told us there were no termites. I discovered that there were termites. It was our only contingency, and that's a long story. You know, we knew when we moved here that not only would we have to repair the home that we purchased, but we would also have to repair the structures on the property. But we were just so happy that the structures already existed, because it's much cheaper to repair a structure than it is to build a new one, as I demonstrated by building my 2 chicken coops and various other videos before this one. There's just so much to consider, and it's worth it. All of it is worth it, because there is not a day that has gone by that I have gone to to bed with oily face, you know, sweated all day, busted my butt, hurt my arm, whatever happens. I go to bed feeling like not only have I accomplished something, but something worthwhile, like taking care of myself, because, you know, if anything were to happen out there, you know, in the land of corporate America, I'm okay. I've got all this land, you know, my animals, I've got chickens coming in about 7 or 8 days, we're looking at rabbits, we're looking at goats, we're looking at a new dog for my dog Snowstorm to train, to help protect our critters. You know, I'm constantly learning. It's, you know, I don't have any tips or tricks or anything you can learn from me. What I'm sharing right now is my life story. Like, you know, I've been here for literally 1 month. And before that, you know, I had a backyard garden. Just like any other ordinary human being. And so here I am on 10 acres, you know, just trying out everything I learned. And, you know, the first year, I may try it out and love it. Like, for instance, my raised beds so far, you know, I planted late in the season and they are doing great. So we're going to see what they do for the rest of the year. But until then, I won't know. I won't know what to tell you about the raised beds. But if they do succeed, then I'm going to tell you, yeah, they succeeded. But this is just my story.